Every single marketing guru is screaming about AI, short-form video, and influencer collabs. But what if the real alpha is hiding somewhere so boring, so overlooked, that your competitors haven't even thought to look? We're talking about a moment where attention is expensive, trust is scarce, and the businesses quietly winning are playing a completely different game. Let's back up and understand why customer acquisition costs have gone absolutely feral across paid social, Google, and programmatic. Costs have climbed so aggressively that some brands are spending more to acquire a customer than that customer will ever spend with them. The machine that was supposed to democratize marketing basically turned into a bidding war, where the biggest wallets always win. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The channels that feel small or slow right now are underpriced precisely because everyone else is too impatient to show up consistently. Think of it like real estate in a neighborhood. Before the coffee shops move in, the value is there, the crowd just hasn't arrived yet. So where is the actual opportunity in 2026? The answer keeps pointing back to a few unsexy, under-leveraged channels that are quietly delivering cost per acquisition numbers that would make a paid media manager cry with joy. Let's start with the most criminally underrated channel alive right now. Long-form YouTube combined with aggressive email nurturing. While everyone chased 15-second clips, a segment of the audience, the buyers, the decision makers, the people with actual money migrated toward depth, and YouTube's algorithm is still rewarding creators who feed that hunger at a fraction of what it costs to compete on Meta. Then there's local SEO and community-based content, which sounds like something your uncle who reads marketing blogs from 2012 would suggest, except it's working at a level that would embarrass your paid campaigns. Hyperlocal search intent is largely uncontested. Google's trust signals still favor genuine community authority, and the cost to build it is mostly time, not budget. The sleeper nobody's talking about loudly enough is podcast advertising on mid-tier shows, not the massive names where you're paying for vanity, but the 10,000 to 50,000 listener shows with insane audience loyalty and hosts who actually believe in what they promote. The CPMs are laughably low compared to what you'd spend on the same quality of attention anywhere else. And the conversion rates tell a completely different story than your banner ad metrics ever will. Here's the historical pattern worth paying attention to. Every 5 to 7 years, a channel gets discovered, floods with money, gets expensive, and a new cheap channel emerges in its shadow. We saw it with Facebook ads in the early 2010s, with Google AdWords before that, and with email before everyone declared it dead and then quietly watched it outperform everything. You are almost certainly standing at the beginning of that curve for at least 2 of the channels we just named. The misconception you need to drop immediately is that cheap channels mean low quality customers. That is backwards, and the data is embarrassing to those who believe it. Customers who find you through search, through a trusted podcast host, or through a long YouTube video they chose to watch are pre-sold in a way that no retargeted Instagram ad will ever replicate. The practical playbook here isn't complicated, but it does require discipline. Pick one underpriced channel, commit to 90 days of consistent output or spend, measure with ruthless honesty, and resist the urge to abandon ship, because week 3 didn't go viral. The businesses printing customer acquisition numbers that seem impossible right now aren't smarter, they're just less distracted. Position sizing matters here, just like it does in any investment. Don't put your entire growth budget into an unproven channel on day 1, but absolutely allocate enough to get a real signal rather than a token experiment that's designed to fail. Treat it like a portfolio, some proven, some experimental, and a disciplined rebalancing every quarter based on actual results, not vibes. The irony of the whole thing is that the best customers in 2026 are findable through channels that feel like they belong in 2012, and your competitor's obsession with whatever's trending is genuinely your competitive advantage if you're willing to be a little boring on purpose. Consistency in an era of distraction is weirdly the most contrarian growth strategy you can run. At the end of the day, the question isn't which channel is cheapest, it's which channel you'll actually show up for long enough to let compound returns kick in. Discipline, sizing, and consistency will beat conviction and timing every single time the scoreboard gets checked. And if you're ready to put this kind of strategic thinking to work, whether that's growing a real estate portfolio, tackling a contracting project, or finding the right lending partner to make your next move possible, check out our links in the description below.